Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I'm so glad that you could join me this evening. I've been away for a few weeks, but I am back. So excited. I hope everyone has had a glorious 2 weeks. So let's just chat. Let's chat about what's kind of going on in this planet of ours and, maybe where we're headed. So first, let's talk about how you might be feeling right now. So maybe exhaustion, being tired, like you don't kind of know what's going on. Maybe you feel drained from the people around you. Maybe you have experienced that there's more energies coming through the planet through you. Maybe you felt that, things don't make sense and that, you're crying or you just can't make sense of things. This is all having to do with the whole planetary shift. There's so much stuff that's actually happening right now. Even behind the scenes, we're not seeing certain things. It's only showing to us when we need to see it. And it depends on where you're at in your journey as to what you're going to see, what you're going to experience, what you're going to feel. All these things are normal to be feeling right now. There's a lot of disclosure that's coming out right now around certain public figures. We don't need to get so wrapped up in all of that stuff. We just need to really just turn off the radio, turn off the news, and go within. When you go within, it allows you to build that confidence inside of yourself and allow yourself to let go of certain things that aren't serving you anymore. And by going in, you can actually elevate yourself so that it doesn't feel so heavy and that it doesn't feel so much of despair sometimes. Even being back to work this week for myself, a lot of clients are coming and they're just, I don't know what to make of anything. Can you help me? We've got a lot of people who are drained and don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people surfacing right now too with medical stuff going on. And it just feels like they've been hit by a ton of bricks. So I'm helping a lot of people get through those energies and being able to bring yourself up to a higher and better level for yourself. This is normal for right now. And I know it seems weird for me to say normal. What is normal? But this is where we start. This is the new starting point of where we're going, right? The energies that are coming up through the planet are affecting a lot of people because we've never had to experience this level of ascension before, right? The energies are very strong that are flowing through the planet through us. You could think of it as like another Kundalini awakening. So it has to shift the planet in order for it to shift us. But we're shifting our consciousness, which is elevating all the consciousness on the planet, not just, one small little thing or one small person over here. It's affecting the whole collective, right? So this is the opportunity that we all have to step up and go within. Start healing those wounds, start healing those, past relationships with family and friends that, maybe they ended on a sour note, and that's okay. But now is the time for forgiveness. And today in a session that I had, the person didn't want to forgive. They didn't want to forgive any of it. They just couldn't do it. And I'm like, but now you have to hold on to all that if you don't forgive. And she said, well, it's not my fault. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be your fault. It's anywhere that you can disconnect anything that's going on inside of you and forgive it. And now you feel at peace, right? The forgiveness can come from all different directions. It doesn't have to be, just one way or another, right? So everybody can play their part in the forgiveness, right? So if you haven't done that yet, maybe start with that today and see what you can lift off yourself. And we have Mandy tonight. Hey, Mandy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you. How can I help you this evening?
I just was getting a free reading that I asked for.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you'd like me to tap into, or you want me to just give you what's coming through?
Just give me what's coming through.
Okay. I'm getting for you, I'm sensing right away off the bat, you actually have an older lady who's behind you and she's actually pushing you in the back. She's signaling to the front of your chest. It feels like you're holding on to a lot of energy in your chest. So I want to say right in the center of your breastbone. It feels like you're holding on to energies from another female around you. They're showing me that you've got to let some of this stuff go in order for you to move forward. It's holding you back a little bit in career and in family because it's making you feel stagnant. I do feel like there's 3 shifts coming for you towards the end of this year. One feels like job, one feels like family, and one feels like a vacation. So that's a good shift. It feels like you need to decompress. It feels like you need to decompress a little bit. There's a lot of energies that are around you A lot of people try to give you their opinion, and it's kind of like you don't want their opinion, but they keep giving it. So I feel like you got to disconnect from those people who are trying to like throw it on you, because you don't have to take it. Um, I'm also getting that you need to speak up a little bit more. There's certain situations that have come up, and it's kind of like you want to say something, but then you don't, you hold back. They're saying the more you're able to vocalize, the more this, I don't know if you can see, but between your heart chakra and your throat chakra up in here, this whole part here will start to unblock itself. It feels like it's very blocked. And it feels like you've suppressed certain things down into that heart area for a very long time. And now that it's trying to come up, it's creating discomfort. Feels a little bit like a burning, almost like an acid reflux, but it doesn't quite come up into the throat. The throat feels really stagnant. It feels like you're constantly needing water. It feels like you're a little bit dehydrated as well. This is all from like, I'm parched, I can't speak my truth, I'm going to suppress it. So they're really showing me like, try and speak your truth as much as you can. And if you can't verbalize that truth to those people that need to hear it, just journal it down. And then that will be the same kind of release for you. And you'll see that throat and that chest start to ease up a little bit. It feels like it's stuck more in just below that heart chakra. It feels like it's coming in an upward push. So as soon as you start speaking it, that will loosen up a little bit more. The lady who's standing behind me, pushing you, is actually saying the exact same thing. She goes, I suppressed all of this for far too long. And she's showing me like hers was burning by the time she passed over, like literally on fire. So she's like, you don't want to end up that way, so don't suppress.
Wow.
I'm also seeing a young boy. Do you have children?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a younger son?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm seeing he's kind of coming into that same energy you are, where it's stuck. His is a little bit more prominent in the chest upward. His kind of gets stuck in his higher heart, which is right between your throat chakra and your heart chakra. His is more like a burning that stays there constant. It feels like a ball of fire. So he's kind of taking on that same energy as you. So it's kind of like he's waiting for you to lead him and give him that push that it's okay to speak up and it's okay. His kind of like gets stuck a little bit below his diaphragm sometimes because, and that's his as well, that raspy throat stuff. He doesn't know how to communicate that. He's not quite sure because it feels like he doesn't have that example. So you're going to start to show him that example, that it's okay to communicate. It's okay to talk about certain things that maybe other people don't want to talk about. You're going to be the start leading example. And this lady behind you is going to start pushing you to do that. And you're going to start to show him that it's okay. I also feel like there's a male, their spirit tonight is like really chatty. There's a male figure in your life that you wish they would step up and kind of mentor you a little bit more. I feel like they're going to start to step forward as you show them that you're ready.
Wow. That's crazy.
A good crazy?
Oh, no, like a good crazy, yeah. I'm just processing it.
Yeah. You have a lot of people in spirit behind you as well. So you've got, there's grandparents, there's a younger male, there's also a small child. The child is from a past life who's just kind of following you around. They're not a lost puppy dog, but he's like, he'll do whatever you ask him to do. So he's following you around as well. You've got a little girl behind you as well. She feels like she's about 8 or 9. So you have a lot of people in spirit. So they're all kind of like collaborating together saying like, if you need us, just call on us. We'll give you the support that you need. I feel like you need someone to help carry you sometimes or to lift you up. They're showing me a lot of stuff going on in the glands here where it's kind of like by the end of the day, you're tired and then the body starts to sink into itself. And they're showing me it happens right in here in this gland. So they're just saying like, ask us to come in and we'll help you. We'll help guide you wherever you need it. Never feel like you're alone.
So my husband, he's still around?
Who, sorry?
My husband, he's still around me? He passed, but is he still around?
He is still around. He stands right behind you. He puts his hand on your crown chakra like almost all the time. This feels really warm on your head. That's his hand on there. Do you know anyone named Marcus?
No.
you know anyone named Mark?
I know a lot of Marks, but they're not close to
Yes.
me.
Okay. So Marcus, it feels like more a spirit guide. I just wanted to be sure because he's kind of like floating in and out, kind of like like family would do. So I just wanted to double check. So Marcus is your spirit guide. So he'll be there to guide you in anything that you want. Mark is just another gentleman who's standing behind you, watching over you. And I feel like he's going to help you with like the lower stomach stuff that's going on, like intestinal and bowel stuff that's happening in your body, that unsettled feeling that goes on in there. So he's going to help you with that stuff. Yeah, your husband is there to give you strength. I feel like you talk to him sometimes, but then you kind of forget to talk to him, and he's like, I'm still here. Like I'm not going anywhere. It feels like a lot of throat stuff with him as well, before he passed, getting choked up. So it feels like you guys are kind of like one and the same that way. So he's just saying like, rely on me to help you find the words. But he's saying he loves you still. Like that'll never change. But he's saying I'm also didn't go anywhere. So this, you forgetting that he's there. He's like, I didn't go anywhere. Like, remember that I'm still here. He's also saying that he's at peace and it's not your fault. So anywhere that you're blaming yourself, please let that go.
Okay.
Do you feel like you blame yourself? You feel guilty?
I feel like I shouldn't have let him leave that night.
And he's at peace, honey. He's at total peace. He's okay with it. You can do the woulda, coulda, shoulda, and that's not going to make it easier, right? It's, yeah. I need to heal this so that I can bring you in more and that I can step forward into this journey that I have. When we keep holding on to this, I shouldn't have let you go and I could have done this differently. All it does is bring your energy down from high to low. And every day it'll be that roller coaster of emotions that just keeps going up and down and up and down. You can't get off. Right? Losing someone is not fun. He's saying you couldn't have stopped me. I was going regardless. He had already made up his mind.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. So do you just for your own peace of mind though, do you see it like he's telling you that? So it's kind of like anywhere that you feel responsible, heal that and move it out. Don't allow that to keep sitting in there where it's like, I need to, I could have changed this and I could have stopped you. He's telling you right now that wouldn't have changed anything. He couldn't have stopped him. He already made up his mind to go.
Yeah.
So it's now time for you to heal that. He's also saying it's going to get easier. And he's saying it in reference to not that, getting easier, like missing me and all that stuff is not going to get easier. But at one point you're going to heal that and it's going to become a little bit more of an ease and flow through your day instead of I miss you, right? And I need you here and I want you here. That's going to do a little bit of a shift, he's showing me. And then it's going to become where you bring him in more. And it's like that harmonious feeling comes back again. I feel like right now you're separating the two of you when you can bring the two of you back in together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So as soon as you're ready, he's talking to me at the same time my guides are. It's kind of like as soon as you're ready, just ask that any of that heavy feeling in your chest, and you can do it you can do it with me right now if you want to. Just say anywhere that I'm holding on to heaviness in my body and in my chest that doesn't belong to me, that belongs to somebody else, or that belongs to a tragedy that happened, please remove it out of my body. So do you feel that disconnect that just happened there in the heart? It's like this energetic cord that was attached to whatever it was just left. Okay. So now let's bring your husband in. So just ask him, say, if you're there, please come in and give me a hug, give me comfort, give me support, let me know that you're there. And well, he just pushed me in the back. So, right?
I just got
So
chills
just allow.
on my shoulder.
There you go. So that's him. So now you know his feeling and his sense. So every time you feel like you need it, every time you feel like that heaviness is coming into your body, disconnect that, send it back to wherever it belongs to because it's not yours, and then ask him to come in and bring you comfort. Every single time, because then the stuff you don't need isn't in your body anymore, right? You've got stuff sitting in your lower intestines, and this is that, I got to hold it. I don't need to let it go. I need to hold it. Whereas you really don't. You need to like move this stuff out and let it go, right? And then by bringing him in, it's going to bring you comfort and it's going to elevate you. Can I just do a little bit of healing work on you if that's okay? I just want to pull some stuff out of that heart chakra just to make you feel a little bit lighter.
Okay.
Okay. Is there somebody after he passed, is there somebody who kind of like, not necessarily blamed you, but somebody who was like angry at you or upset with you?
Not that I know of.
It feels like there's a little bit of anxiety between you and another female. It looks like an older female. So that's what I'm pulling out of your heart chakra right now. And there, I just felt it leave. And I'm just going to clear out that throat chakra just a little bit so that you're able to process it out. And I'm just going to pull some energy off your shoulders and your back. And if you just take a deep cleansing breath, you'll start to feel that shift. And then as soon as we're off this call, if you just get up and walk, just pace your room like once or twice, everything I'm doing will just shift your body into a proper alignment.
Okay.
There you go. So whatever was going on down in there in your left sciatic and your left kidney, now that's all resolved as well. So any tension that you're holding there, it's all gone. There you go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, that was basically it. You kind of
Awesome.
covered it all.
Beautiful. Well, so much love to you, honey. You're such a blessing. I'm so grateful that I could read for you tonight. I'm glad that we could bring in your husband and that you get those messages for healing for you.
Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. Much love, hon.
Bye.
Bye. So it's really that simple, everybody. Like, it's that simple just to be able to let that stuff go, right? It doesn't matter if it's tragic. It doesn't matter what the incident is. It doesn't matter if, I couldn't stop him. I didn't know what to do. I'm blaming myself. Nowhere in there do we need to blame ourselves. It has nothing to do with us. Their decisions are their decisions. But we can heal those wounds that we feel like we're responsible on top of that, right? Once we let that stuff go from the body system, now the body feels lighter and the body can move more, right? And all those things added together equal you becoming healthier and you becoming an enlightened being and you raising your consciousness, because now you're not holding on to situations and anger, frustration, fear, resentment, guilt. All of those emotions plague your body all the time. And once you understand how that whole system works, it stops happening, right? And that's for everything. Every illness on this planet is related to an emotion. It doesn't matter if it's cancer, CV, all of it is an emotion. Fibromyalgia, you name it, it's there. But we don't have to carry around this stuff with us anymore, right? I know because I've worked through my whole body. All right, Alonza, how are you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect. Thank you so much. How can I help you this evening?
Yes, I just want any information that comes to you. Anything that's meant to be told to me by my ancestors or spirit guides or anything.
Okay. Right now I have a gentleman who's just stepped forward. He looks like he's from the war. I'm getting 1514. He's showing me a battle. He's showing me his chest ripped open. So he definitely had a lot of stuff going on in the upper chest. He stepped forward in full uniform. He's also showing me that he's lost hearing and lost function of the right side of his face. So he's stepping forward. He's saying general. He won't give me his name because he says it's not relevant. General is all he wants you to call him. Whether you know that ancestral line or not, that's totally up to you. If you know this gentleman, he's also standing with another female, and they're saying watch your back. They're saying watch your back. There are some people who are not for your highest good that you're associating with or you're in a group with, and I feel like it's a lot of petty backstabbing stuff that maybe you're not even aware of, but they're showing me it's coming in on the right side. They're also showing me you got to listen more. This ear's kind of blocked, and that's from your guides. They're showing me this one. They're trying to give you information about this as well, these people behind you, and you're not listening. They're giving you the hints. They're showing you the signs, and it's not clear. You're not seeing it clearly. They're showing me like you're scrubbing the chalkboard of what the information is. So they're saying you can always ask us in a different way to give you that information 100%. So you can say, do I need to watch out for this person? Show me 111. If this is not for my highest good, show me 222. Then it's going to start to show you where you need to be and where you shouldn't be, right? Because your guides will start guiding you in that direction. I also feel like there's a little bit of stuff around your throat chakra, and not the full thing, just right up in these glands, right up in the higher throat. It feels like it's a little bit swollen back there. It also feels like it swells, it contracts, and it feels like you're not able to say certain things to certain people, and I feel like these girls are part of it. It feels like you're almost afraid or scared to step into that because of the repercussion. So if I say this, it's gonna blow up into something way bigger than what I'm meaning to intend. So your guides are just saying, watch what you say to certain people. If you're in, they're referencing Facebook. If you're in a Facebook group with many, many people who are spiritually enlightened, they're saying, watch what you say to certain people, because certain people are going to twist it and turn it and make it seem like it's something other than what it is. Some people don't like your opinion on certain things. So they're saying, just be careful of who you give information to. Be careful of who you trust is what they're saying. I feel like you trust certain people. See, as soon as I say that, this starts to burn in the lower quadrant of your throat chakra. So just be careful of what you say to certain people. Not everybody is in alignment with where you're at. And I feel your heart's starting to accelerate as well, because I feel like you already know this. And now you're just getting a little bit of the confirmation that you kind of needed to show that direction. I'm going to just neutralize that anxiety that just popped up there, because your heart is beating like really fast. There you go. So that calmed it right down there. And your body feels a little bit warm as well. So my cheeks just heated up really quick. That's all your energy. So just make sure that you're regulating your body temperature and not allowing yourself to exceed the certain, we have a limit inside of our body when it comes to heat. If not, then we start to sweat outward because our body can't control that temperature. Yours is doing that right now because I'm getting close. Your body is starting to heat up and expand. And you're like, no, well, maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. Right? So deal with it head on, and this stuff will stop happening, right? The fluctuation in temperature in your body. I'm just going to cool it down a little bit because I'm like roasting because I pick up everything out of your body. They're also showing me a shift in some of the stuff that you're doing. I feel like there's a shift coming. I also feel like if you don't do modalities, there's 2 new modalities coming in between the end of this year, beginning of next year. You literally need to vocalize that you actually want it, because they're showing me like that gets bunged up in there. You're like, I'm not sure that this is the right one. I'm not sure if this is the right decision. Right. So by asking the guides to kind of solidify that out for you and make it really super specific, you'll get those answers and the confirmation you need to step fully into those new modalities. So one of the courses I feel like you're going to do, not this year, but into January, February of next year, is actually the course that I teach, because they're showing me in like neon lights. It's called Divine Soul Transformation. So I feel like you're going to step into that, but you need another modality first, because I feel like that modality plus the Divine Soul is going to show you how this structure fits together really nicely when you're working one-on-one with clients. I don't feel like you're going to start that process of the one-on-one until mid-March of next year. And then I feel like everything is going to take off like tenfold from where you are right now.
Wow.
I mean tenfold, like you are going to be busy.
That's good news.
Yeah. I just heard from your guides too. They said you need to believe and trust that we're sending you on the right path. Stop this nonsense of doing this all the time. Yeah.
I need to hear that. I need to hear that so much.
Yeah, it just feels like you're unsure of certain things, and this is your confirmation. They're jumping up and down. She's like, they get it. She gets it. Just keep yourself on that straight path. Don't allow yourself to swerve outside of this alignment, right? Really start keeping yourself in this alignment right here. Keep on that straight path. As soon as you start to detour sideways too far, it's like they got to start bringing out the fishing rods to reel you back in. So for them, it's just kind of like, it takes a long process to bring you back. So it's like, try and stay as close to that as you can. Whatever you have going on right now, they're saying perfect it 100%. So you trust it and believe it, and it's instant, right? So, and if you ask, they will deliver.
And I have a quick question about my ancestors. I've been trying to connect with my Native American ancestry. Are you getting anything from that? Possibly?
There's a white owl standing behind me. He's not the head of the tribe. His wife was the head of the tribe.
Whoa. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get her. Hamalika is her name, and she's the head of the tribe. She's the elder, and then her husband is the male head. I also see in 2 of your past lives, you actually were in 2 tribes.
Wow.
So you can call forward that anytime you want, because the information is sitting like right there, right at the back of your head. And if you haven't already, come do an Akashic reading, and we can dive into some of that stuff as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So cool. Thank you so much. I gotta let you go before you get cut off. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on. You're just amazing. And good luck. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Keep me posted how everything flows for you.
Thank you. You have a good day now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. It's a pleasure to be back. Thank you all who came on, and